Okay, so let's start with today's newspaper analysis. Can you all see the newspaper on your screen now? Is it visible? Is newspaper visible to you all on your screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so please keep your notebook and pen ready, so that whatever topics I ask you to do, please make a note on that and have the background preparation. Sahil, आपको ये करना है अभी से seriously. Sahil, you, Omkar, Mustafa, all of you need to do it systematically, right? Casually नहीं लेना है. You have to, be systematic. Every day in the morning, please take a notebook and pen or a page. अगर आप पेज पर लिखते हो blank page पे तो take a blank page and take a pen, and whatever topic I am asking you to study, which articles I am asking you to read, आपको वो नोट करना है आपके वो पेज पर. एंड देन पूरे दिन भर में जब भी आपको वक्त मिलता है उस समय में आपको वो नोट्स बनाने हैं. या पढ़ना है, जो भी मैंने पढ़ने के लिए कहा है, या जो भी मैंने गूगल पे सर्च करने के लिए कहा है, या जो भी मैंने चैट जीपीटी पे सर्च करने के लिए कहा है, वो आपको करना है. इज इट क्लियर? फाइन. So right hand side there is one news: Manipur flares up again, 9 killed, BJP's minister residence set on fire. So this is again, violence in northeastern state has become one of the biggest internal security challenge in India. So northeastern state में continuously violence हो रहे हैं, especially in Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, etc. We know one or other day something happens in northeast. So the Manipur has again flared up again, and 9 people have been killed. BJP's ministers' residence was set on fire by the people. And do you know which tribal communities are at war with each other in Manipur? कौन से tribal community के बीच में ये झगड़ा चल रहा है?
Meitei and Kuku, sir. Kuki.
Yes, Meitei and Kuki. These are the tribal communities which are fighting with each other. So that's what you can see here. Dead identified as the Meitei volunteers. Bodies have been recovered from Kuki villages. तो जहां पर कुकी ट्राइब रहते हैं वहां पर Meitei tribe वाले लोगों को क्या किया गया? They have been killed. 9 people have been killed there. That's what you can see here. Peace process is a crawl. That's what you can see here. That for a month after violence began in Manipur, the central government's efforts to restore normalcy are yet to make headway. Both Meitei and Kuki groups have said that they will stay away from the peace panel. So this is one of the internal security challenge which we have already discussed. So just read it out. That is what is mentioned here. That यहाँ पर एक लिखा हुआ है, near Kuki and dominated Kampo's borders with Meitei stronghold of Imphal East is a stark reminder of the challenges security forces face in their attempt to restore normalcy. So that's what is mentioned here. तो ये आपको ध्यान में रखना जरूरी है कि what are the security challenges in northeastern states and how it can be addressed. तो ये लिखना है और आज आपको ये chat GPT में सर्च करना है. So write it down. What you need to search it in chat GPT. What are the challenges, internal security challenges in northeastern India? ये पहला क्वेश्चन रहेगा. Second, how to address the challenges, internal security challenges in northeastern India. Clear? These are the 2 questions. You will check it out in chat GPT. Now how to use chat GPT, I will take a separate session. I hope all of you people must be knowing that what is chat GPT and how to use it, and how to use it for civil services point of view. That I'll explain to you later. Law panel seeks views on UCC within 30 days after the government's affront to nation remark. तो जो law commission है, law commission has 6 views on uniform civil code within 30 days. So 8 months after the Supreme Court after the center told the Supreme Court that the Constitution obligated the state to have a uniform civil code for its citizens, and said that people of different religions and denominations following different property and matrimonial laws was an affront to the nation's unity. So please read this whole article, that what is the issue with respect to UCC. Which article of the Indian Constitution talks about uniform civil code? Any idea?
Article 44.
Sahil? Yes, Article 44 of the Indian Constitution talks about Uniform Civil Code. तो यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड इंडिया के यूनिटी में बाधा है, ऐसे गवर्नमेंट का कहना है, दैट इज व्हाई गवर्नमेंट इज वांट्स टू implement the uniform civil code, and that's what it has asked the panel to give the views within 30 days. Now let's move to the next page. Engineering education in India. New technological developments call for modern engineering curricula. तो नए curriculum लाने की जरूरत है. That's what is mentioned here. You can see what are the challenges and problems and issues related to the engineering education in India in this advertisement. All of you, please just go through the headlines related to this engineering education mission to impart job skills, augmenting techpreneurs. Various information has been given here, just read it out. This is political news. You can skip it out, but one important news is the rise of Africa is key to global rebalancing. That's what Jaishankar said. Who is Jaishankar? India's external affairs minister. So India's external affairs minister S. Jaishankar said that the rise of Africa is key to the global rebalancing. अगर global world order को अगर rebalance करना है, so we need to that there is a need to rise of Africa. Is it clear? So this statement has been given by the Jaishankar on the sidelines of India-Africa Growth Partnership Conclave. अभी इंडो-अफ्रीका समिट होने वाला है, तो उससे पहले this article is important to all of you. So all of you, please read this article to understand that what is the role of Africa in maintaining the balance of the world order. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
तो इंडो अफ्रीका बायलैटरल रिलेशंस मैंने बताया था, तो इसको आपको बस पढ़ना है आज. 74,000 people have been evacuated as Gujarat braces for cyclone. As we all know that cyclone is approaching in Gujarat. So as a part of the disaster management, 74,000 people have been evacuated from that cyclone hit area. So red alert has been issued in Saurashtra Kutch coast as a Biparjoy cyclone is nearing the landing. Today's editorial cap doesn't fit. That is related to the limits which have been set by the government on wheat and estimates of record crop, send mixed signals and raise questions. So though contradiction है, on one side the government is asking to have the limit on stockpiling of the wheat and rice. On the other hand, government also estimate that there will be a record crop. मतलब सब बहुत ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन होने वाला है, रिकॉर्ड ब्रिंगिंग हम क्या कहेंगे कि उतना ज्यादा व्हीट और राइस का प्रोडक्शन होना है. बट एट द सेम टाइम इट इज आल्सो पुटिंग लिमिट ऑन स्टॉकिंग ऑफ द फूड ग्रेन. डू यू रिमेंबर 2 या 3 दिन पहले न्यूज़पेपर में एक न्यूज आई थी जिसमें ये कहा था कि गवर्नमेंट ने कितना राइस और व्हीट आप स्टॉक करके रख सकते हो, उस पर एक लिमिट लगाया हुआ है. डू यू रिमेंबर दैट? आई थिंक 3 or 4 days back there was a news, right? Now these things, ये इस तरीके का जो कैप है, इस तरीके का जो लिमिट है, ये फिट नहीं होता है. That's what editor feels. So I always say in India there is no problem of supply, the problem is of supply chain management, right? Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So please read this article, that why putting limits on stocking of the wheat is not a good solution for this problem. So क्या करना चाहिए, that is what is explained here. So just read this article, that why government is trying to put limit on the wheat. That's what you can see. There are various reasons that inflation is going to be high, एल नीनो का इफेक्ट होने वाला है. There are so many things on which is going to affect the food grain production in India, and that is why the approach of capping, the approach of putting limit on wheat doesn't fit. That's what is mentioned here. So last paragraph is very important, which you can see here, that the approach of capping the wheat production is also disturbing from another standpoint. It shows the Modi government's lack of conviction in its own farmer reform laws that were touted as 1991 moment for Indian agriculture. तो गवर्नमेंट ने जो फार्म लॉस पे जो रिफॉर्म्स किए थे उसमें उनका कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है. How can farmer unions and opposition be blamed for the repeal when the government itself has violated the provisions and resurrected the Ghost of Essential Commodities Act? Equally concerning is the credibility of official production statistics. If Indian farmers have harvested a record wheat crop, why import stock limits, if anything, are symptomatic of shortages? अगर इंडिया के फार्मर्स ने रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक अगर wheat का प्रोडक्शन दिया है, then why putting the limit? इसके ऊपर फिर लिमिट क्यों लिखा जा रहा है? Last year too, government claimed a bumper production and yet banned exports. Last year भी bumper production किया था, लेकिन एक्सपोर्ट पे भी बैन किया था. तो नॉर्मली जब प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा होता है तो एक्सपोर्ट के लिए अलाउ करना चाहिए, बट government claimed that there is a bumper production, but at the same time they have banned export. Conviction and credibility are central to policy making. Policy making के लिए conviction और credibility a central thing है. Both are unfortunately all too often missing when it comes to the agriculture. So that is what is mentioned here. ये contradictory government का रोल यहाँ पे दिखाई दे रहा है. एक जगह ये कहते हैं कि क्रॉप का प्रोडक्शन बहुत ज्यादा होगा, but on the other hand they are putting the limits on stockholding of the wheat. The next article is related to the politics in West Bengal. You can ignore it. Let's move on to the ideas page. Learning in a cluster. Success of Tamil Nadu and Delhi colleges in higher education ranking has lessons. तो क्लस्टर में कैसे पढ़ा जा सकता है, कुछ सक्सेस मॉडल दिए गए इन तमिलनाडु एंड इन दिल्ली कॉलेजेस. So GS paper 2 topics, issues related to development and management of education sector in India. So please read this article, that how the cluster in South India as well as in Delhi have helped in improving the quality of higher education in India. The Senthil Balaji case file, who has been arrested by Enforcement Directorate. We can just read it out. The grain storage plan has unveiled and how it can help the farmers. GS paper 3 topic, issues related to the storage of the agricultural market produce. So you can see wheat which has been damaged by rain at the Anaj Mandi in Punjab's Karhar in May. So how to storage the wheat, that is an important issue, not only wheat but all food grains. So grain storage plan which the government has unveiled and how it can help to the farmers. Read this whole article, cut this article and put it into GS paper 3 topic, storage. Do you remember? There's one topic called storage in agriculture in GS paper 3. It is related to the storage of the agricultural produce.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So why India needs a plan for food grain storage? Then what is the world's largest grain storage plan in cooperative sector? Then who is in the committee? Then what is budgetary allocation with respect to the storage of capacity creation in India? What are the benefits of this plan and what will the facility look like? तो ये कैसे facility दिखेगी? That's what is mentioned here. So please read this whole article. This is important. अगर किसी को खुद का भी कोल्ड स्टोरेज या स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी क्रिएट करना है This is also a good chance. This is also a good opportunity. You can have your own cold storage facility where government will be helping you in building the infrastructure. Economy page. There is a sharp slide in India's remittance inflows on OECD slowdown. We know that in balance of payment, in capital account, in current account, remittances given to by the Indians abroad is one of the important, the source. That's what you can see here. Omkar, I'm not able to you. Okay. Omkar, can you hear my voice? Is newspaper visible to you on your screen? Fine. So there is a sharp slide in India's remittance inflows on OECD slowdown. As we all know that the remittances is one of the important source of the current account. तो वो पिछले कुछ दिनों से sharply slide हो गया, कम हो गया है because of slowdown in OECD countries. OECD countries में क्या हो गया? Slowdown की वजह से इंडिया में remittances कम आ रहे हैं. Understood? Remittances are the part of the current account or they are the part of the capital account in BOP?
Current account.
Yes, it is a part of current account. Government only wants social media firms to follow the laws. That's what MOSIT, that is Rajya Chandrasekhar said. Because in पिछले कुछ दिनों से government is trying to regulate and monitor and have control of social media. वही यहाँ पर लिखा है कि government only wants social media firms to follow the laws. डिजिटल भारत इकोनॉमिक कॉन्क्लेव 2023 में मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आईटी राजीव चंद्रशेखर ने ये कहा. तो जीएफ पेपर 3 टॉपिक रोल ऑफ सोशल मीडिया में ये आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगा. सो प्लीज रीड दिस होल आर्टिकल टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाई गवर्नमेंट वांट्स टू रेगुलेट एंड मॉनिटर द सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स इन इंडिया. US Federal Reserve also holds the rate steady, same like India's RBI has done. See 2 small hikes by end of the year. But anyways, end of the year में वो 2 small hikes करने वाले हैं. That's what is mentioned here. In this year's prelims exam, there was one question with respect to this information. या जो इसकी जो news आती है US Federal Reserve की, whether they increase the interest rates or they decrease the interest rate, उससे related question आया था इस बार के prelims exam. WPI inflation, that is wholesale price index inflation, is 7-year low now. That is around 3.48%. Okay, here there is one more, on the news related to the green hydrogen, जो इस साल के prelims exam में पूछा गया था. Don't miss chance of becoming a green hydrogen superpower. That's what International Energy Agency believes, that India has the potential to become a superpower in green hydrogen production and should capitalize on the opportunity as the world makes a transition to clean fuels. So, इस साल के prelims exam में question पूछा गया था related to green hydrogen. All of you remember? I think yesterday only we have discussed about it, right?
Yes.
Last paragraph is important. Currently, the cost of the production of green hydrogen is significantly higher than hydrogen produced from hydrocarbons. Experts believe that with scaling up of commercial green hydrogen production and push from the governments and multilateral agencies globally, the cost could reduce drastically in a few years. It is mentioned green hydrogen refers to hydrogen produced by electrolysis of water using renewable green energy. Green hydrogen is considered as the cleanest form of energy. ठीक है? This is all there in today's newspaper. तो आज आपको 2-3 चीजें देखना है. किसी ने अगर green hydrogen नहीं देखा है in detail, check it out. What is green hydrogen? Check it in ChatGPT. Then you can also, ये article important है आपके लिए for mains exam point of view. What are the issues associated with the agricultural market produce storage capacity? ये पूरा आर्टिकल आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, पूरा कट करना है और आपको जीएस पेपर 3 में अटैच करना है. Apart from that, you can also read the today's editorial on why the cap doesn't fit, why putting limits on the export of the wheat will not address the solution. Indo-Africa bilateral relationship. Education related issues, higher education. And first page, internal security challenge in Manipur. UCC, Uniform Civil Code. Why Uniform Civil Code is necessary and why it is not happening in India. That's what you need to know. Fine. So we'll stop it here now. We'll continue in the evening as per our regular schedule. I want all of you to please make these notes seriously, take newspaper reading seriously, because newspaper reading has become more and more important for both prelims as well as mains exam point of view. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Chale. So have a good day to all of you. See you in the evening.